Hey guys, welcome to Wicked Manny. Before we start anything today, I want to apologize if you hear any rumblings in the background. There is a thunderstorm going on here in Florida, and it's a little bit noisy, so sorry. It seemed that my last swatch video for OPI was pretty successful. It seemed like a lot of you guys liked that. So today I'm going to swatch the OPI Pop Culture Collection. If you haven't seen that, it's got a bunch of really bright neons, as you can see here. Red, pink, yellow, 2 blues, and a purple. Now, the red and the pink are pretty traditional in OPI style. There are lots of other shades this color that OPI has released before. The blues are also a little similar to some other colors I've seen before. I will show you the dupes for the blue. Well, the non-metallic blue. I don't have any other metallic blues for OPI, so I don't know what that's a dupe for. But the colors of these polishes is not what sets them apart. It's because they have really weird texture. And I don't know how I feel about it. I tried these all on today, and I still don't know. But stay tuned, because at the end of this video, I'm gonna give away the whole collection. Yeah, you heard that right, all of them. They're all gonna go live in your house now, not in mine. Alright, so let's get started. So I'm gonna start out showing you each of these colors and try and show you some of the texture inside the bottle. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to pick this up from my camera settings, but I hope you can. If not, don't worry, it definitely shows up on my nails and on the swatches. It's so much texture. Oh, I hope you guys like textured nails. So the red is just your standard red that has a little bit of a shimmer in it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell in this video or in the swatches. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It really didn't hold much of that shimmer once it was on my nail, but in the bottle it's definitely there. The pink also seems like it has a little bit of a shimmer, kind of like a purpley-ish one, but again, it doesn't really show up on the nail much. The pink is just like a real bubblegum pink. And then this yellow, I normally hate the way yellow looks with my skin tone. They just don't get along at all. This yellow reminds me so much of Cher's outfit from Clueless. This is where it has to be like the exact same yellow. It also has a little bit of a shimmer to it, but I don't think that showed up on the nail at all. The purple seems to have more shimmer than any of the other colors. It looks like it has a little bit of a blue undertone to it. That did show up on my nail on this one, and then a little bit on the blue. So this purple is very similar to this other one that I'm going to show you here. I don't know what collection this purple was from, because I found this in the clearance bin at Sally's, but it's significant other color. So to me, these look very, very similar, whereas significant other color has a little bit of a green shimmer to it. The Pop Culture Collection is more of a blue, but otherwise the purple base looks very, very similar to me. So the non-metallic blue in this collection is gorgeous. I love this shade of blue. It's very similar to a couple other blues I'm going to show you here, so you can compare them side by side. I may or may not have a blue polish addiction. I won't admit it's a problem, so it's not a problem yet. You know how that works. So I'm going to show you these side by side so that you can really see how similar they are. I didn't swatch these next to one another. I didn't think about it, honestly. But this is how they stack up. So the first blue I'm going to put down here is the Tile Art to Warm Your Heart, which is the blue from the Lisbon collection. And the next I'm putting down Can't Find My Checkbook. I don't remember what the name of that collection was. I think it was like Europe or something. And then the last one is Fearlessly Alice. So I would say that the Blue and the Pop Culture collection is like a happy medium between Fearlessly Alice and Tile Art to Warm Your Heart. It's definitely not close to Can't Find My Checkbook. But if you're looking for something similar for Tile Art, it's really close to that one. The formula is way, way different though. So don't get it just because the color is similar. So lastly, we have this metallic blue, which I really love the color of this. It looks a lot like the metallic blue from Clean Colors, which is named metallic blue, I think. Something like that. It looks very, very similar. I will say it takes some patience to get it right on your nail. It's a little streaky. So, on to swatching on the color wheel. After the color wheel, I'll do these on my actual nails, which I'll have you know took me like 6 hours. But anyway, first we're going to start with the color wheel. So my first thought as I put this red on is it's very sheer. When I did this on my nails, I did a mixture of white nails and then I left my thumb, my natural nail, just to try and get a sense for how many coats these polishes were going to take on natural nails if you didn't use a white base coat. So the red took 5 coats on my thumb to be mostly opaque, and even then it was still not great. So I would recommend using white underneath all these polishes, or use a color that you know you can do 1 or 2 coats and you're going to be opaque and then put these on top of it. They're just very, very sheer. I don't know if it's because of the texture in them and them not being able to make the formula any thicker than this, but they're very thin. It may not look like it on the swatches that I'm using because the color wheel has a white base. It's not like a natural nail, but you'll see once I try and do this on my nails, I use the white base coat, so it only goes on in a couple coats. But if you don't have the patience to do 5 coats of this on your nail, definitely plan to have a white base coat. So as this goes on, you can see the texture more and more as it starts to dry. I feel like when it first goes on, it really doesn't look that textured, and then it just kind of comes out of nowhere once it begins to dry. And to me, it feels like someone poured sand in this polish or sugar. And I know that was the goal. They wanted something textured. I thought it was supposed to look more like bubbles under the polish. Maybe I was thinking a little too much about the Dance Legend and the Sinful colors that actually do like the bubble effect, and hoping that it would maybe be something like that, but it's nothing like it. These just have texture in them. I don't know what the texture is, but I hate it. I don't know. Like, textured polishes have never been my thing, so if you like texture, this may be right up your alley. I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But I think it's working as intended. I think that's what they wanted. I'm just not the market for this at all. That's not to dissuade you from purchasing it. You might like this way more than I do. This is just definitely not for me. I will say, if you are not a texture person, just like me, and the idea of having a textured polish does not appeal to you at all, this got much better when I put a thick, glossy top coat on my nails. It looked almost like a normal polish with a little bit of the texture underneath. I feel like if I did 2 or 3 coats of thick top coat, it would have gotten rid of the texture completely. So if you don't like the texture and you just really, really like the color, that could be a way to get rid of the texture for you if you want to. if you do like the texture and you want your nails to be textured like this, I don't know how you can use a top coat with this and keep the texture. I could not do it. I tried a thinner top coat, I tried a thicker top coat, and everything dulled out the texture. So I don't know how everyone could be happy with this. I think it's really going to be trial and error based on what you want and what you like in a polish. This whole collection for me is just like, oh, I like these colors. They're like really cute little jelly beans. And then I put them on my nails and I'm like, they're like sandy jelly beans. I don't like it at all. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here with my camera so that you can see some of this texture better. Oh, that's a lot of texture. So yeah, if you don't use a top coat, this is exactly what it's going to look like on your nail. If you use 75 coats of polish or if you use 2 on top of white, up to you. On to the nail swatches. Yay. Okay, so first of all, I'm sorry it looks like I don't know how to paint my nails because I'm just going to get this in my cuticle every time I do this and paint the side of my nail because it's really difficult to paint this on camera facing away from myself. So I can paint my nails, I promise. They don't always look like this. So yeah, it's great. Real great. So if, like me, you use a white base coat, you might be able to get away with doing 1 coat of this polish. I would still recommend at least 2 because it is rather sheer. But this is just like a typical candy red with a little bit of hint of orange that you see time and time again in pretty much every OPI collection that exists. I don't normally buy this red, but it came as a collection. So we all get to see what it looks like on my nails. Alright, so I've added a second coat and cleaned this up so that I don't look like a moron. So I would say opacity wise, like this looks fine. Yeah, the texture though. I also added a top coat to this one so it doesn't look quite so textured. In the other swatches, I will show you it before I add the top coat so that you can see what it looks like before and after the top coat. Time for pink. So this is definitely like a Barbie or like bubblegum pink, just as pink can get. Again, I would have the same complaint that this is very, very sheer and it's relatively streaky when you try and apply it. So I found myself going over it a few times to try and make it not look so streaky. And I made it rather thick because I was just trying to get rid of the weird streaks and the weird collections of whatever the texture is inside this polish. It's not the easiest polish in the world to apply. Like you'll see here that my middle finger looks way thicker than the other 2 and I really didn't apply that much more polish to it. It was just trying to get the streaks out. Now we'll add the second coat and then after the second coat I'll show you what it looks like before I put the top coat on, because obviously the more layers of this that you put on, the more layers of texture you're going to have. So that's also something to keep in mind with this. So this is when the polish has dried a little bit and you can see it's very, very textured. And then I'm going to just add a thick layer of top coat. And do you see how much it smooths it out? Like you can definitely still see some of the texture under the top coat, but it's not as textured as it had been. So I like it much, much better this way. Again, that's a personal preference because I don't like textured polish. I feel like for whatever reason, the top coat really didn't smooth out my ring finger enough. So I'm going to add a little more top coat there. It still looked pretty much the same. But I don't know about you guys. I think this looks much better with the top coat on. And now we'll do what I'm calling Sher Yellow, which is not the name, but it should have been the name. Definitely needed some kind of Clueless inspired name for this yellow. Whoever wins these polishes, please use this yellow to make a Clueless inspired mani. That would definitely be awesome. So I have to say, as far as the lighter colors go in this collection, the yellow formula was a lot better than I was expecting. Most of the time, I'm not happy at all with the yellow formulas that OPI comes out with. They're just too sheer. I feel like this one has a lot more pigment than some of the other colors do, which is really, really surprising. I would definitely expect the yellow to have way less pigment than a lot of these other colors. But I don't know. I'm so confused by this collection. I don't know what to make of it. So again, as you can see, as this starts to dry, it gets way, way more textured than when it goes on, which is just bizarre. You could probably get away with just using one coat of this yellow over the white, but I've just been doing 2 for all of them, so I'm just going to stick with that. And now we will add the top coat to smooth it out a little bit. And I definitely like it a lot better with the top coat. Am I the only one that likes this better smoother? Let me know in the comments. I want to know what you think. Do you like this texture? Do you hate textured polish? Maybe I'm the only one. They've got to make these for somebody. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm too old. I don't know. Is that what the kids these days are into? Avocados and textured polish? Holy crap, this video is getting long. If you're still with me and you're still watching this, virtual high five. I definitely appreciate your effort. We are now on to purple. Yeah. All right. Of all these polishes, I hate this purple the most. It was the most difficult to work with. I don't like the color, really. It streaks way more than most of these other ones do, and it's just far, far too sheer. It needs way more pigment. I feel like if it had more pigment, it wouldn't be so difficult to work with, and I'd probably like it more. But overall, I think if you're going to get this collection and you're not crazy about purple, skip this one. Like, just skip it and save yourself the trouble and the frustration and the 75 coats of polish you're gonna need to make this opaque. Ugh. Still on purple. Doing coat number 2 now. Yep. Why did I do this? Why did I decide to swatch all of these in one video? We're gonna be here for half an hour, guys. Hopefully not that long. We might be, though. I mean, we're barely more than halfway through, and we're already at like 20 minutes. I'm sorry, this is so long. I think my camera is actually capturing some of the blue shimmer in this polish. I think you can see it on my middle finger a little bit. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just want it to be there. But I think I can see it. I like the shimmer in this one. I just hate everything else about this polish so much that I just can't like it. I'm trying not to be wholly negative about this collection. I'm sorry I'm hating on it so much. I just really don't like it. I'm sorry. I wanted to like this collection so much because I liked a lot of the colors. And I just hate these. Hate them. But I hope you want to win them, because I'm going to give them away. So I feel like the purple did not take the top coat as well as the other ones did, and it was still very, very textured after I added the top coat to this one. Maybe it's just because I've said too many mean things about this polish at this point, and it has just decided it's not going to cooperate with me anymore. Okay, on to the blue. I have to say I was expecting way more out of this blue because OPI has made some of my favorite blue polishes, and this one is like a couple of the others. It's just so sheer. So sheer. I can't even imagine how long this is going to take you to apply to a nail that doesn't have white on it. It's probably going to take 6 or 7 coats. It's just ridiculously thin. This is what I would expect out of a dollar polish, not something at this price point. So I have to say, like, as a consumer, this would not be desirable to me because of how many coats you're going to have to put on. I just don't have patience for any nail polishes after like 3, maybe 4 coats if I absolutely love it. But given how the red one took 5 coats, I'm going to say some of these are going to take 6 or 7. The blue did not have as much texture as the other polishes did. I don't know if that was something they meant to do or if I just got a weird bottle. I mean, I was fine with it. I don't like the texture, so yeah, great. Awesome. But you'll notice that this definitely didn't have as much texture before I put the top coat on, not compared to the others. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Maybe they didn't put as much texture in the blues. I don't know. So I just did 2 coats of the blue, but I feel like it really could have used a third. I just didn't have the patience to do it. Now, for the metallic blue. The last one, guys. We made it. We've made it. We're on to the last one. And then, after this one, we can get on to the details of the giveaway and get that done. We're almost there. Okay, so the blue. The metallic blue. I like this. I like the color. It's not as bad as the others, which I'm sure is a glowing recommendation. It definitely had more texture than the other blue did. It's just, I don't know. Like, I'm not a huge fan of metallic blue polish as it is. I wouldn't normally wear that. I do think this looks really pretty. And if you like metallic blue polish, I think this is a pretty good polish in itself, other than the texture. Could work well for like some aquarium, fish themed nails. It definitely needs the 2 coats. It doesn't need 3 like the other one did. I think this one has probably the best possibility to go on your nails well without needing the white base coat. I couldn't even guess how many coats this would need though, probably 3 or 4. I think would be my educated guess on that. But overall, I think this one is pretty. Still a lot of texture. And still just not for me. But it might be for you. You might love it. And now I will show you what it looks like with the top coat. So I definitely like this a lot better with the top coat. Smooths it out nice. Overall, I think this is my favorite shade on out of the collection. So that's it, guys. We're done. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a comment below. But not before you check out the link below. Not only will I give you the link to purchase these polishes on my blog if you would like to, but on my blog I'm also going to have a giveaway for these polishes. Go to the link and follow the directions and I will tell you on my blog how you can win all of these polishes for your very own. Now, if you haven't already subscribed, please do that. And like up this video. Comment and let me know what else you would like to see me struggle with on my nails. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye.